Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to the Low Budget LCS. Tonight we have a delightful commercial Q1 playoff match for you between Team 4 Fishnet and Forgot to Buy. These teams have not faced each other yet, being in Forgot to Buy being in Group A and Team 4 Fishnets being in Group B. But this promises to be a wonderful match, the first match we have between Group A and Group B. And I do believe they have started on picks and bans. And oh, yes, they have. So Team 4 Fishnets really targeting the top laner with both a Mundo and a Riven ban. Forgot to Buy, focusing more on the mid lane and just really obnoxious pokey scaling champions. Vladimir and Smolder taken off the bench. I do love the Xin Zhao pick. That is just such a solid team fighting pick. Great all around. Really dissuades a lot of dive. And with the MS already being shown for Fishnets, that makes a lot of sense. Try and keep your ADC safe down there. Team 4 Fishnets have responded with Jinx, which is probably the most go-to competitive amateur league pick there is. Jinx can easily take over a game. All she needs is one kill, and those resets will start rolling in, getting her very excited and able to roll over a team fight. Hello, Mashi. Hello, Sir Bartleby. Ooh, we have a Karma to go with the Jinx. So they're really going in for a dive comp on Team 4 Fishnets. Lots of poke coming out in the bot lane with that Karma, Zap, and those sorts of things. And Forgot to Buy has thrown down the gauntlet and says, bring it. You want to dive me? I'm going to have a Swain ult for you. So a wonderful response from Forgot to Buy in picking up that Swain. I think in mid, it may also be support though. Honestly, I didn't look at the OPs before this game, so we're going to find out at the same time. A Nivea ban coming out from Team 4 Fishnets, despite her getting those nerfs this morning. And Syndra ban out from Forgot to Buy, so I'm guessing that's more of a comfort pick for everyone. Okay. I am going to go ahead and start the predictions while we finish off the second round of bans. Anti-dive and dive banned out of Forgot to Buy. So I wonder if Forgot to Ban is thinking of locking in a Silas pick with that Malphite getting taken out. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a 10-minute prediction. Let's go. All right. And Dread Foster, first-time chatter here, rooting for Fishnets. So you probably got a few schmeckles there at the bottom of the screen, and I have given you the opportunity to recklessly bet them on this game. Fishnets are still going in on the dive with a Scion to ult into these team fights, but also a massive front line for Karma and Jinx to hide behind. An Ahri, okay, an Aurora to round out the comp. That is a huge bursty champion. Not very susceptible to gank, so quite safe in the mid lane against the Ahri. Ahri's going to have to land some pretty good charms in order to poke out Aurora. Aurora does not have much of a health pool, though, not many defensive maneuvers, just movement and a hop away. And Forgot to Buy rounds out their comp with Darius top lane into that Scion pick. So that should go interestingly in that top lane, getting the true counter pick. I would be very, very surprised to not see Xin Zhao pathing from bot to top. And that also confirms that Swain is in bot lane with the Caitlyn. So we have a Swain Caitlyn versus a Karma Jinx. So Karma Jinx, rather than being as much of a bowling lane, is going to need to be a bit on the back foot, as if they get pulled by a pull-in by Swain, they can eat a cupcake on a trap and just get burst out very easily. All in. Let me see. How much is your all in? 50 schmeckles, I'm guessing? Goodness, everybody here so far is betting on and rooting for Team Fishnets. I'm here for it. Let's go. Forgot to Buy already has some great odds. And I did play in Financial this split. I've played against Forgot to Buy, I believe. I also believe I lost that game rather spectacularly. But I've also had the privilege of playing with several players on Team 4 Fishnets on occasion. So I am really excited for both of these teams. Lots and lots of very dynamic champions on both sides. Plenty of pick, plenty of movement, huge explosive damage potential. So I would be shocked and horrified if there was a boring game. Okay. So what's everybody doing tonight other than watching some League of Legends? Ooh, we have our first better, Kodor 1927, putting some points on Forgot to Buy, who was the #1 seed out of Group A and has fantastic 1 to 11 odds for their Schmeckle betting. Gamba Pro, nice. That is fantastic. And it looks like we don't have any surprises about where everything's going. Stove is going to be on the Scion top. Joltik on Ambessa in the jungle. Aurora will be piloted by Pizanski in mid for Team 4 Fishnets. And frankly, the client doesn't have Forgot to Buy's names in client, and I'm not going to look them up. One of them's Max, I know that. I'm not sure which one is which though, so we'll just have to wait until they come into game. What? Fishnets are not like leggings. Fishnets are a net material in the form of stockings. And they're incredibly uncomfortable to wear because whatever shoes you have on, that textured net in between your skin and the shoes makes these awful little marks. And it doesn't protect you from all the rubbing of the shoes because depending on how wide your fishnet texture is, it can still rub through. My mother suggested I wear a nude pair of stockings underneath fishnets whenever I wore them in order for them to be more comfortable, and I highly recommend to any of you who are planning on wearing. Yes, the wearing a nude pair of stockings underneath fishnets will prevent your hair from getting caught in them. It's so much better. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Also, with so many really cool stockings nowadays, you could wear something like a metallic-y purple underneath fishnets. That would look amazing. So don't just go with nude. There are many other options. I would not recommend wearing black under black fishnets because then you would lose the visual interest of the fishnets. But yeah. Skin tone or wild color? I don't know if these are fashion tips or just so much comfort when you're attempting to be fashionable tips. I have long since given up on being fashionable. That is a younger person's game, and I will leave you all to it. Yes, so thigh-high socks on top of the fishnets tights is doable for sure. One, I'm 6 foot, so I have yet to find a pair of thigh-high socks that were not just knee-high socks, so that's a misnomer for me. Also, the shortness of the skirt is not something I'm super comfortable with having to wear that over the top. Yeah. The game starts in just a few minutes. What's happening now is we're in a spectator delay. So the Riot client makes us wait 3 minutes before we're able to actually go into game, which is why I have reckless betting available. Make sure you guys put your bets in. There's only like 11k schmeckles down, and that is insufficient. But we're only at a minute on the spectator delay now. If you guys like, you can put up some random topics that I could talk on. I mean, I'm quite knowledgeable about various forms of dysautonomia and neurodivergence, as well as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and perinatal behavioral health, you know, because those are totally topics that I'm sure you all would love to go into depth about. I'm sorry your odds got blown away, Kodor. It's still not bad, though. Over a 1.5 return ratio. Dysautonomia. So dysautonomia is a group of conditions that are a dysregulation between the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, let's go. So you guys can all see my lovely black screen. Okay, who won skin game? Ooh. I think red team forgot to won the skin game, and Besson base skin is just sad, guys. Objective timers. Are we good? Okay. So, yeah, back to dysautonomia. So sympathetic nervous system is your fight or flight. Your hype everything up, increase temperature, increase heart rate, increase breathing rate, decrease digestion to make sure... Oh, little bit of trading between Dragante and Karma in effect here in this mid lane. Pizanski getting a little bit of poke in too. So the birthday boy Dragante is missing some health at the beginning of this laning phase, and I think we see a bit of a trap that gets sniffed out here by Karma in effect in that bot tribush. So Karma deciding to take the wise path and not face check that tribush in bot lane. The parasympathetic nervous system is the opposite of that sympathetic, which is the fight or flight, or rest and digest. Oh my gosh! Max Plus just running stove down in the top lane. Scion going into Life Beyond Death, using that passive to get a few more CS, but Max Plus got the bleed on, flashed under turret, and managed to pick up first blood. Congratulations. Ooh. Okay. Pizanski doing a fantastic job further poking out the birthday boy. Forcing Dragante to back early in that lane. They do have TP, though, able to come back really quickly. Uh-oh, Stove flashing away as Max Plus pops the Ghost in top lane, starts to run Stove down again. Ooh, Karma getting rooted by Snapper, taking a little bit of extra poke, able to maintain their life down there. Oh, Max Plus had only 200 health, deciding to go in on Sion in that top lane, and Sion gets his revenge with Stove taking down Max for the second kill in the game. Okay. So far these teams are very evenly matched. Plenty of good laning going back and forth. There's a little bit of a CS lead for Darius in that top lane. Able to pick up a few of those CS that were crashed under turret. Joltik is quite ahead of Dad in the jungle. 2 camp lead. As we see more trading here in this bot lane, with Karma and Chaz getting poked out as they focus on Snapper, who's forced to burn the heal to stay healthy enough. Feudal Pineapple is... Oh! The Q barely goes aside as Snapper Flapper pulls Karma back into him. The Caitlyn poke is definitely making it hard for Chaz to farm in that bot lane. As we go back into fighting in the top lane, Max looks like they're very much getting the edge up in that fight. The burn bringing Sion down to just 150 health. However, Ambessa is up here and Max is well under turret on the wrong side of the map. Deciding to try and go back in for Stove. Unable to do so as Joltik picks up the second kill on Darius in that top lane. Ooh. Pizanski popping the ignite on the Ahri, who barely survives in that mid lane. It looks like the gift that Team 4 Fishnets has for Dragante in the mid lane is a drastically reduced health bar at all points of this game thus far. Karma doing a great job using the shield to dodge out of the poke coming out of Snapper Flapper. Walking into Feudal Pineapple and unfortunately stepping on a trap. Chaz following for another cupcake and getting quite a bit of poke onto his face. Oof. Beautiful pullback by Snapper. However, Ambessa is coming around behind as Feudal Pineapple picks up the first kill onto Chaz. Joltik responds with a kill onto Snapper Flapper. Feudal Pineapple down to about half health, but the range of Caitlyn allowing him to get some good poke back onto Ambessa, forcing Joltik to back out of there. Ulting back in there, I spoke too soon as he hits level 6 and instantly responds with the ult, hitting to take down Feudal Pineapple. So Joltik is now 3-0 with a 2 camp advantage up over Dad on Forgot to Buy. Dragante manages to land the charm onto Pizanski in the mid lane during the gank, but unfortunately that slippery bunny is able to use the ult to bounce back out of there, picks up the trade kill onto Dragante, and almost picks up a kill on Max Plus as well. forcing Max to run away from that one. And now we see 3 for the side of Forgot to Buy down here in this bot lane, forcing Karma and Jinx to run away. Stove just barely has that ult sidestep by Max, but it does not matter as Sion has enough damage to take Darius down in the top lane. And my goodness, we are already over a kill per minute into this game. I'm not going to be able to stop talking at all. Okay. So 1k gold lead for the side of Team 4 Fishnets here. And if they stay calm down for a minute, we good? We good? Okay. Yes, we can see that a good amount of gold is in the jungle and top lane, where Stove and Joltik have advantages over their counterparts. A significant gold lead of 1.3k in that jungle. Mid lane, about 400. Let's see. Caitlyn, however, is almost 1k ahead, so that's where we see the gold lead balance out a little bit, with just a 1k gold lead coming out for the entire top side of the map for Team 4 Fishnets. Does the burn take down Stove? Yes! Okay, didn't quite show it to us. Stove goes in, tries to pick up a couple more CS from Life Beyond the Grave. Snapper Flapper lands a root on... Okay, Karma doing great support things. Taking that ace in the hole damage for their ADC. Okay, so Max Plus may have been down 2 kills, but still saw the opportunity to and went full bore into Just a Stove, picking up his 2nd kill of the game, both of which were solo kills. And by the old lady with the steel chair, I'm guessing that's an Mbessa reference that I didn't get because I didn't pay attention to her motion comic, and nor have I ever played her. Because old lady could be me, but I don't think my chair is steel. I, in fact, have a Tempur-Pedic chair with memory foam. It's delightful. Okay. With that solo kill in top lane, they've actually evened up the gold lead. First rate going to them as well. However, Team 4 Fishnets are not okay with that lead, as we see Joltik going top again for an easy pickup, being on a rampage now. 4-0-0, picking up another kill onto Darius. Pizanski being able to dodge out of that charm, save his life. And Stove is making great inroads on damage to that top lane turret. Now in a little bit of a proxying position. Probably looking to back out and reset, though. The prospect of full health, full resources, Darius coming back when you are not in the same boat is a little bit scary. Oh, Pizanski not able to dodge out of that charm. Dragante having a really lovely ward over the wall there to be able to poke out Aurora a little bit. Okay. Alright, we see a scuffle here in bot lane with both junglers hovering. But the spectator wants to show us the top lane brawl, with Max Plus trying to poke Stove under the turret as he gets into a proxying position. Apparently they knew on a ward that Joltik was in that bot side. However, that's not the only person that can move up to that top lane, with Pizanski ulting and hopping up over the wall to pick up the kill on Max Plus. Pizanski 2-0-0. Forgot to Buy looking to stack up these Drakes, though. It looks like they are not getting contested, or maybe they are. Joltik in position, looking to ult over the wall. Finding the Caitlyn into the team fight just as the Drake goes down. Joltik very low in the team fight, end up going down. Snapper Flapper on the Swain ult, just being impossible to get away from. Chaz able to sidestep that Ahri charm, and teams walk away with only the shutdown going down. Oh, nope. We're still fighting? Yes, we are stopping backs. Carbon Effect being a true, incredibly obnoxious support. Congratulations. And who was the one that got that shutdown? That was a... oh, I guess he didn't have a shutdown. He was just on a rampage. Everybody going back to buy. Let's see where gold lies. Gold pretty much even in the top lane as Feudal Pineapple steps forward, stops back. Ends up getting quite a bit of poke, but Chaz Michael very, very low. Stove and Max Plus going back and forth in that top lane. Max looks like they're getting the better of it with the burn coming out. Pops the ult onto Sion, and they have just enough shielding in order to get out alive. Joltik escorting Stove, trying to keep their top laner safe, able to get the back off. Using a blast cone to try and get away from Max and Dragante. Nice deep ward. Okay, Feudal Pineapple has a significant CS and gold lead in that bot lane. So Forgot to Buy is going to have to be very much working around Caitlyn as their win condition. Darius is unable to be ignored in team fights, and definitely if they can get on to anybody, they can deal a huge amount of damage. Dragante just about 600 gold behind in the mid. Ahri will scale for sure, has completed that first item. Everybody has completed their first items except for Karma. Support Life 101. And importantly for team fights, particularly in keeping the Caitlyn safe, Rylai's is the first completed item to come out for a Snapper Flapper on Swain. So as long as Swain has ult down in those team fights, it's going to be very difficult to get on top of Feudal Pineapple. The kill rate in this game has very much slowed down in the past 5 minutes from the first bit of this game, though the teams are very even. Just trading blows back and forth, farming up, trying to get through the end parts of the early game and transition into mid-game. More movement and roaming is coming out for both of these teams. The first turret has not yet fallen. So 15:30 into this game, movements around the map for swapping your bot lane into mid have it gone forward. Everybody has finished their role quests, but those changes haven't quite happened. I love to see the jungle and support moving together in order to get vision safely and deeper. A+ coordination. And in part of getting that vision down, they're setting up for the topside objective in that Rift Herald. But that does leave your poor ADC in the, by themselves in that bot lane, able to pop barrier and just escape, though Snapper Flapper still chasing him down. Rift Herald goes over to the side of Team 4 Fishnets. First turret did go down while that objective was being taken in the top side for Forgot to Buy. So now a 1k gold lead for red side. with only 11 seconds left for this Drake spawn. I am surprised to see Chaz Michael backing right now. Hopefully the poke coming out of Karma, Pizanski, and the front line of Stove are able to hold off to allow Jinx to join them in what promises to be a major team fight. Snapper Flapper not liking the poke out of Stove right there. Dragante able to sidestep Ambessa ult as Swain ult is popped. Let's see if Team 4 Fishnets can keep out of that, and they do! So the cooldown expires for the Swain ult. Dad in the middle of the enemy team, Stove able to get the knock-up into Aurora picking up the kill. Continually to chase for that, Caitlyn shut down, going to Aurora with the Ignite kill. And I do believe that should mean Team 4 Fishnets get this third Drake in the game. Really slowing down the Drake scaling for Forgot to Buy. Do they get to save this mid lane as well? They do. So they do still have their mid lane turret up. They have lost their top and bottom. Team 4 Fishnets will probably be looking to secure a turret or two with that Rift Herald they got before the Drake fight, and even up that turret count. So there's quite a bit of standing gold that Fishnets can pick up on the Rift, even though they only are 400 gold behind, because the turrets are not a replenishing gold source like kills or minions. They won't be able to get that again. There is the mid turret going down for Forgot to Buy, able to pick up all three of those. And the bot lanes have thoroughly swapped to mid lane as their default lane. Okay. With how this game started, I was attempted to put up my banger alarm early, but apparently the pressure and gravity of the playoff position has caused both of these teams to slow down on their reckless ganking and team fighting. Looks like Forgot to Buy trying to scale up a bit. Caitlyn is in that mid-game trough where she doesn't do as much damage as she would like, trying to get her to that late game so that she can three-shot squishy champions, as a Caitlyn is wont to do. Caitlyn farming very, very, very well here. Feudal Pineapple with the highest CS in the game at 194. Pretty close to 10 CS per minute. I believe that's about 9.5 CS per minute. So hats off to Feudal Pineapple for farming incredibly well in that laning phase. Chaz Michael has been farming at pretty much the same rate past that first few minutes in that bot lane when they were hopelessly poked off by the Caitlyn Swain. Ooh. Karma's shields are crazy. Able to take a few pop shots from the Caitlyn and barely any lasting damage. Pizanski on Aurora is very safe in the side lane. Stove can also side lane very effectively. Scion going ahead and popping the ult to get away from Darius there despite the team coming in. They saw on that turret in Crescent Bush that, or the ward in Crescent Bush that Dad just cleared, that the rest of the team was coming and wanted to play that safe, so I very much commend them on that. still about a 1k gold lead for Forgot to Buy. Top lane trading, as top laners do. Both of them pretty healthy at this point in the game, so it's going to be rather difficult to see a kill in that lane without jungler or other attention. The Drake is spawning here in 22 seconds. It is a Mountain Drake, as we are looking at a Mountain Soul for this game. A great Drake for either of these teams, a little bit more defensive resistance against Burst in particular. Jortik able to dodge out of the Charm. Very important for the junglers to stay safe when those objective scuffles are coming. And we see the bot lane out of Forgot to Buy back right as the Drake spawns. I don't think Fishnets has the vision on it though, so I don't think they knew that those two had backed. They do clear vision on their way to the objective, moving together as a unit, and their walking in and clearing vision means that Forgot to Buy is able to come in and contest. Smite goes over to Xin Zhao, Dad securing that. Pizanski on the north side of the fight going down in a 1v3 effectively. Goodness, Dad able to flash out and away. Stove doing plenty of damage. Joseph running around, dashing around, though Forgot to Buy able to come out thoroughly victorious in that team fight, picking up the third Drake. Oh, Stove gets a bit of revenge. Manages to get the kill on Dad. So not a complete one-sided ace, but the ace did come out from Forgot to Buy. So Forgot to Buy able to go into these lanes, get them pushed, a couple of waves dying to turrets, which is not ideal for the pocketbooks of Team Fishnets here. 2 more turrets going down, and we suddenly see a 5k gold lead blooming for Forgot to Buy out of a single Drake fight. Okay. I love it when the support gets the blue buff. Oh no, my AP mid laner is on the other side of the map. I would hate for this resource to go to waste. Ooh, Dragante and Chaz both chunking each other. Pizanski getting... nope. Mid laners chunking each other. Karma and Effect getting Swain ult popped on him. The Rylai slow making it very hard to jump out of there. Sidestepping the Ambessa ult. As we see a solo bolo kill come out of Pizanski on Aurora in that bot lane. Feudal Pineapple is on a killing spree in the mid lane scuffle. Dad picking up another kill, and Jinx going down to Feudal Pineapple. So is 6-2-3 with a 200 gold bounty Caitlyn, while Max is able to push the top lane. Forgot to Buy is looking like they're getting set up and ready for the Baron. I think they've actually started it? Yes, they have started the Baron as Max and Stove do top laner things in the top lane. Max backing off, looking to partay with their team. This is now a 7k gold lead for the side of Forgot to Buy. Dredre, Foster, I'm sure you'll get more schmeckles. They are by no means down and out in this game. Team 4 Fishnets still have great pick potential. Pizanski is 5-1-0 on Aurora. I don't know if there's anybody who can answer that bunny in a side lane. They're trying with 2, and Max Plus takes a third of his health from a single Q. So, Aurora things. They are getting later into this game, looking at getting a death cap next, almost to 3 very, very expensive items on Pizanski. The Aurora is going to hit like a literal and proverbial truck in team fights. You don't need to flash into blue buff anymore. It shows up on the outside too. You can just accidentally path too close. And unfortunately, tragically, the support, as they go warding, gets picked off by Forgot to Buy. So, Stove ults away from top lane and finds Feudal Pineapple all the way in mid lane. It looks like we have a bonanza with the Ambessa ult not quite coming through. Jortik going down. Stove also down. Okay, so it's Pizanski versus the world. If there is one person on the side of Team 4 Fishnets that would be able to do it, it is Pizanski, popping the ult to go ahead and get away from that. Engage from Dad. And it looks like Forgot to Buy is pushing to try and win the game here and now. Oh my! The amount of damage coming out from this Aurora, waiting for cooldowns to come up again. If Pizanski can line up another one of those Qs on a couple members, Droltik able to get... Forgot to Buy did a fantastic job focusing down the objective and ignoring the members of Team 4 Fishnets. So game 1 goes to Forgot to Buy. Congratulations. And I will go ahead and put it on the recap screen so we can see where the damage was coming out. Top laners were doing top laner things. Pizanski did incredibly in that mid lane. Joltik had such a strong start in the jungle, and unfortunately Birthday Boy Gigante had a tough time in laning, but still kept themselves very clean in game with the 3 KDA, 3, 2, and 3. Great job. And the super strong bot lane in Feudal Pineapple and Snapper Flapper for Forgot to Buy. I'm going to give them co-MVP because their bullying in that bot lane was fantastic. And let us see. Let me close out the betting. Choose outcome. Forgot to Buy. Yeah, Pizanski not being there in that final team fight was sad. It looked like they just kind of played off of the Sion ult. They're like, hey, Sion has a good angle on the ADC. Should we go for it? Absolutely. But Forgot to Buy was able to peel out and keep their ADC alive. And while they were trying to kill that ADC, Caitlyn was pumping out tons of damage, and the rest of the team was also dealing damage. So just barely went to the side of Forgot to Buy in that last team fight. It looks like the teams have the audacity to switch sides on me, so I am going to need to redo all this. Okay. The logos are now on the correct sides. The chat that I had to search, or the logo that I had to search out that wasn't changed from 2025 and is nearly impossible to read on stream because it's got all sorts of random stuff on it. It's great. Yes, but this is the hater with the microphone. Okay, teams getting ready for draft here. Moving through stuff very quickly. Thank you very much, both of these teams. They were also ready to start right on time at 7:30. So huge shout outs to all 10 of these players able to show up and get stuff done. Also, in these chats, both teams have been so kind to each other, really being lovely members of the community, and we're very happy to have them all. Okay, and we see LeBlanc and Vlad coming out already. Okay, so same bands as last game. Sorry, my cat is demanding pets in my lap. Please excuse any headbutts or tail swishes against the mic. I will try and keep him away, though. Okay, forgot to buy Throwing Down the Gauntlet with the first pick Pantheon. I wonder if that's going to be jungle, top, mid, or support, because that champion can go pretty much anywhere. Fishnets putting Pizanski, I think it's Pizanski, might be Karma, on that Xerath. I know what that champion's name is, I promise. And a Wukong. So really great jungler, super solid into engage or disengage comps. Fantastic to see. Great artillery mage in that backline, able to throw out tons of damage. Oh! The Anivia is thrown down for forgot to buy. So hopefully the Wukong will be used for disengage, because I would not like to be a Wukong who is engaging into that Anivia in mid. And Nautilus. So strong engage on Nautilus, not as much of a disengage champion. You do need a dive buddy for that Pantheon, and Nautilus very much fits that bill. The artillery team is definitely coming out for Team 4 Fishnets. Jin loves long-range poke. His fourth shot is crazy strong and able to almost match the range of Xerath with his ult in that cone shape. Forgot to buy in Fishnets, knocking out some of the top laners pool with Cassante and Malphite, though Fishnets don't want to see an Ashe, which makes a lot of sense because Ashe ult into Nautilus is a fantastic engage setup. Forgot to buy, just going all in on poor Stove in the top lane, taking away Mordekaiser and stop eating the mic, and Malphite from the top lane. Ooh, here is another mid champion that was banned away last game, but we're able to see it in game 2. Syndra, who's fantastic into dive comps. I love that response. Able to push away Pantheon as soon as he jumps in with that ult. And yes, with the knowledge of beer being involved, that is truly an appropriate logo. Congratulations, Feudal Pineapple. And we have Tristana the Bombardier in the ADC role, able to jump around in team fights, get so much done, engage with the Pantheon and Nautilus, and also a huge steamroll sort of champion. If you get this Tristana ahead in lane, she can easily 1v2, freeing up Nautilus to roam around the map. Okay. So that is a Camille, I think, top lane. So we are seeing the Pantheon in jungle. We can expect to see quite a bit of ganking with that ult after level 6. And Jackson top lane to respond. So it is the Xerath Jhin bot lane. Wonderful poke to set up for the Jhin root. And just a ridiculous amount of range. It's going to be incredibly difficult if Tristana or Nautilus get low to be able to run away from those two champions with their ults. And it looks like they are about ready for game. I need to do the betting though. What am I doing? Okay, predictions have been started. As we can take a moment to marvel at both of these teams' incredible artistic abilities in these logos. If you guys want, I can do this so you can see the Forgot to Buy logo in all its glory. I think it has some of their favorite champions, Jink, Riven, Pantheon, which they're playing in this game, Kassadin. So that is the Forgot to Buy logo, everyone. And betting is live. Put your schmeckles down. Those of you who won those schmeckles on Forgot to Buy last game, let's go all in. I want to see double the schmeckle betting I did last time. Let's go! I really wish I had a camera where I could show you all how cute and adorable my cat is right now. I am sorry I do not. But just know that he is very fuzzy and very happy with getting brushed in my lap. During this, I am going to very quickly go refill my beverage while we're waiting for the spectator. Would you guys like to see the draft or the be right back screen during this? You know what? Let's do draft. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Forgot to buy doesn't feed you unless you play Swain and Nautilus? What happens if it goes to a game 3? Forgot to buy one game 1, Sammy. And we are still waiting on the last minute of the spectator delay. I'm not ignoring everyone, I promise. Okay, and we are now in game. Let me fix the sizing on these and the overlay. Okay, corianders have been correctly assigned.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
As we see both teams going to a very safe standard start. Carmen Effect going with Joltik I really like to apply extra poke in case somebody decides to try and get a deep ward. Chaz being safe against the level 1 power of Nautilus in that bot lane. And both of these top laners can become hard to deal with. Both of them have tremendous snowball potential, so I would be shocked to see these junglers not paying them much attention. And both junglers are in fact clearing from bot to top, probably with a level 3 gank top in mind. Oh, a hook landing coming out of here onto Karma. Playing Xerath. Xerath getting back a good bit of poke. Xerath is sporting the new burn keystone. Rune keystone. That's what they're called. Keystone rune. Yep, words are good. So that is exciting to see. Another hook landing onto Chaz Michael, and Feudal Pineapple deciding to jump in. Ignite goes down. Chaz running to the opposite side of the map, trying to at least get their support out. Dad able to join in for a level 2 3 camp gank in bot lane, although your support and ADC had already gotten it all wrapped up. That will put Joltik ahead of Pantheon in farm speed, though. Wukong immediately responding by going into the blue buff on that top half of the map. Pantheon trying to get down there, or up there, and respond to it. Oh, it's just about in smite range. And Joltik able to pick up both blue buffs in the first clear. Up 3 full camps on Dad at this time. That 3 camp gank bot not able to get even assist out of it has really put Dad behind pace on Wukong. And for those of you who did not know, this is our commercial level, which is right about platinum. Low mid-plat players for the most part. Some emeralds definitely sprinkled in. Forgot to Buy was the #1 seed in Group A, and the last seed getting in from Group B was Team 4 Fishnet. Max Plus going in on Stove. However, with that is it Counter-Strike? The stun ability coming out of Jax threatening, flashing right back out. Ooh, good chunk of damage. Joltik playing the mind games. However, with 3 on the side of Forgot to Buy standing in his face, does get taken down. Tristana continuing the fight, though, jumping over the wall. Hex Flash coming out for Nautilus. Karma trying desperately to get away from the two, but that's just a 3rd kill in the pocket of this Tristana. It is 4 minutes and 24 seconds into this game, and that is a 3-0-0 Tristana. Frog Guy, I think you may have called it in that this is going to be a little bit of a bot diffy. As I called out in Champ Select, Tristana is a champion that can very much get snowballing. Once she starts to get strong, it's hard to go. And Hex Flash coming out of Nautilus there, getting the jump on Karma, who's just trying to get back into lane. Feudal Pineapple on a rampage. Max Plus getting stunned out of Stove. Stove using their flash advantage to jump in and secure the kill. Dad up there trying to get something back, unable to. And Max Plus is up CS but down a kill. Joltik trying to find something in bot lane. Snapper Flapper unable to jump over the wall, but does go ahead and dredge line out. Uses the slow and the shield. Another dredge line, and Nautilus is out safely. Oh, Hextech Ultimatum coming out of Max Plus on Camille in this top lane. Stove also pops ult though, and turns around and just bashes Camille in to get a second kill. A solo bolo there in the top lane. Stove doing a fantastic, fantastic job top lane. Really showing their strength. Pizanski able to land a stun on Dragante just as Dad comes in, forcing Pizanski to flash out as Dragante returns with the wall. Karma able to dodge out of that hook there, keep them quite safe. At this point, if any CC lands onto... Oh! Pizanski able to get another stun on Dragante. Anivia not doing terribly well on health in mid. I believe they still have egg up, though. Yes, Anivia egg passive is up. So they are out of mana. Dragante looking to go ahead and take a back. Do not have TP up. Stove going right in on Max Plus. A bit of trading back, mostly from the minions. Stove going in on Max again. However, the shield for Max is keeping them safe, but that was before it was a 2v1. Joltik able to get up there on Wukong, spinning all over that poor Camille and getting them down. Snapper Flapper flashing in to get the CC stun onto Karma in effect. However, Chaz able to trade back a kill, squats down into ult, and clears as much of the wave out as possible, then goes ahead and backs. Yeah, Tristana's terrifying. Pizanski taking a little bit of a worse for wear trade, does get back with the stun. Dragante starting to really hurt. Ooh. Karma has learned your lane ward tricks. And the poke making Snapper Flapper not really happy right now, having to dredge line out. Chaz's fourth shot up though, and he does get in range with the speed up from that ability. Feudal Pineapple going ahead and leaping in, doing so much damage solo in a 2v1, chasing down Karma in effect. Dragonite able to join. Pizanski also there, who Syndra ult onto the Tristana with 6 balls, able to take down, get that shutdown. Goodness. Joltik following up on that play though, getting egg form out of Anivia. So Anivia will now be much more gankable than they were just a few moments ago. Okay. So just under a 1k gold lead here for Forgot to Buy. Stove and Joltik are looking quite strong. Pizanski farming very, very, very well, and forcing Dragante off of quite a bit of farm. Feudal Pineapple 5-1 and 3 is looking very, very scary. It is all going to come down to, can Fishnets get onto that Tristana and burst her out? Karma does not quite have ult yet, whereas Nautilus does. Forgot to buy clearing out vision and setting up for that Drake. Snapper taking a little bit of poke there while clearing out a pink ward. Cross-map play, though. Joltik in the top lane against Max Plus, who flashes out. Just Stove flashing in, got that flash out of Max. So, no flashes in the top lane. Pizanski, however, has found Max. Joltik there. Good amount of damage. Pizanski has ult, but didn't quite get them in kill range. Ooh, Hextech Flash into Hook onto Karma in effect. Ult on Chaz Michael. Karma in effect was on the solo bounce house, barely hit the ground before dying there. Another bounty available on this Tristana. Ooh, root landing onto Feudal Pineapple. Chaz Michael popping ult. Snapper Flapper needing to stand just in front of their ADC. Keep that Tristana safe. And they do so. Hello, Trudging, and thank you for your first time chat. Apparently asking, what does Pizanski's breath smells like? Joran responds with roses. Mashy Sauce thinks it's apparently a bunny? A stuffed rabbit, I think? So, yeah. Either that, or you feel like a stuffed rabbit after you've passed out from the smell of Pizanski's breath. Either or, really. Lots of pings going out for Forgot to Buy into that mid lane. Dad looks like they used the Pantheon ult, but Pizanski able to get away. Both roots missing here in the mid laners. Better trade coming out for Dragante. Oh, Hook barely missing onto Chaz Michael. Ooh, a leap in for the Stove, getting a bit of poke on Max. Turret going down in the bot lane, and Tristana deciding just to get an ADC kill right after that turret kill. A huge burst of gold. I wonder how much gold... Yeah. 8k versus 5k, so that is a 3k gold lead for Tristana in this bot lane. 1500 left in wallet. That should be a full item up on Chaz Michael. Almost completing the IE. All three components of it. Pizanski with the LBLCS Uber Eats sponsored teleport to mid lane? Ah. I don't think the LBLCS is sponsored by Uber Eats. Are you saying Pizanski is personally sponsored by Uber Eats? Blue team picking up the Herald. So, Forgot to Buy. Going to be looking... Oh! We see a stun out of Dragante landing onto Chaz in that bot lane, forcing the flash out. So the immobile ADC does not have flash anymore. Dragante. I'm not sure how that stun hit, but just a stove pops over the wall with a blast code, forcing Dragante to flash out as we see the artillery mage Zareth rain fire over the top of the team fight as Anivia goes into egg form. Does get shut down. Return kill onto that Syndra as Pantheon ults in. And now the Tristana is here in the team fight. Is Tristana going to be able to get those resets and hop around? Stove leaps on towards Trist, forcing her to use the jump defensively that time. And Tristana jumps in that Rift Herald, forcing Karma and Effect to go ahead and flash over the wall, but the stun out of Stove picks up that kill. Okay. And I do believe that was a shutdown. Yes, Jin got a significant 1,000 gold from that shutdown on Tristana. So now less than a 3,000 gold lead. Tristana, however, has completed that IE and is a good chunk of items into their next item. Oh yeah, 1,500 gold on Jin. Going to be looking to take a back here very soon. Spend that gold in pocket. Forgot to by pushing in, trying to clear vision, but Team 4 Fishnets are not going down or relinquishing any power without great difficulty. Ooh, like 2 ships passing in the night. So many wards getting put down, so many wards getting popped and killed. Max Plus able to sit in that top lane, really get up that CS and also get down that turret. Snapper Flapper found while warding, able to use Flash Ult and Dredge Line to get out of there, while Feudal Pineapple and Dad give a little bit of attention to this mid lane, where Chaz Pineapple pokes them both down. Jin squatting into ult as he gets that gun out. Ooh, Feudal Pineapple just managing to get out. Stove again in that top lane, trading with Max Plus. Okay, so mid-outer turret has gone down to the side of Team 4 Fishnets. And they picked up that Ocean Drake. So fantastic regen, good job from them, making some plays around the map, able to pick up a couple objectives. They are even on Drakes with 1 apiece at 20 minutes. So it's going to have to go pretty late for Drake scaling to be a huge influence on this game. Let's see, Baron has spawned, neither team really making much moves towards it. Snapper is looking to get some vision around, though, just in case. Knowing that they have a couple of champions that can pop over that wall, and Wukong and Jax probably could duo that objective if they wanted. Though, ooh. So do you see Baron there has the horn, and it's in the normal shaped pit? So that's actually the Hunter Baron. It does the most damage in the game. So it's a scary, scary Baron to try and face unless you have a really good sustain tank or tank to eat the damage from it. It doesn't do as much AoE to the team, but whoever is taking damage from it, As Max Plus goes in onto Karma in Effect, uses the Hextech Ultimatum, locks them in, and Feudal Pineapple gets another kill. Now 9, 2, and 3 on this Tristana, as Forgot to Buy takes the mid turret off that kill as well. Being a support trying to get wards down is a dangerous thing. Dying while warding is a rite of passage for every support. And Karma didn't quite have the flash up yet. Going to have it for the jockeying around Baron Pit here, though. Lots of pings going out into the top lane as Team 4 Fishnets looking to try and find Max Plus here in that lane. Pizanski searching around, finds Max Plus in a bush, but unfortunately Pizanski is the only one out there with Snapper and Feudal finding Pizanski. Nautilus ult comes down. Feudal Pineapple gets a kill for a now 10 kills onto that Tristana. Pantheon ult coming down, as well as a jump in from Max Plus trying to find another kill. Karma being forced to flash out, and Forgot to Buy have a great position for this Baron. Clearing vision in the pit. Ooh, looks like we might have a bit of supportal combat. Stove not particularly enjoying all the AoE slows and burns from Anivia, as Team 4 Fishnets find Max Plus. Snapper not able to connect with that dredge line, but still gets out. Egg form now down for Gigante. Flash used by Stove to get that last bit of damage to force Anivia Egg. Ooh. Team 4 Fishnets do have Vision Prio in the pit itself, but nothing beyond that. There is zero vision even in the river for Red Team here. All of their outer turrets are down, and their map is pretty darn small. I expect to see Joltik and Karma in Effect move around together, try and get some vision safely. As we have that right now. Vision plants being popped. And Drake is coming up in just 23 seconds. Both teams jockeying for vision around the next objective. Unfortunately, the vision does just get cleared by Snapper there. Nobody say anything. Okay, flash out of Dad onto Joltik, who is able to just clone away. TP coming in from Jax, leaving Max to CS alone in the top lane. Ooh. Xerath ult being popped. Feudal Pineapple being 100% targeted by this Wukong. Almost going down, able to just eke away. And that is a one fight from the TP on Stove. Woo! Jin ult taking down another kill, so this will be uncontested. There is no smite available for Forgot to Buy. So the second Drake of the game going over to Red Team. Max Plus not getting that wall jump. Stove and Pizanski finding a good amount of damage, but Feudal Pineapple is back and just does an obscene amount of damage. 3.5 items now as Team 4 Fishnets looking to push their advantage. Dad's still down, does have the ult in 5 seconds when they come back to life, trying to kill this Baron. It is the Hunter Baron, though, with that horn in the middle of the forehead and the normal-shaped Baron pit. So Joltik is taking a lot of damage, particularly behind with those back spikes. Forced to clone over the wall, and Dad able to ult in. Feudal Pineapple popping the blast cone on the other side, and blue team secures Baron Nashor. A tragedy for Team 4 Fishnets. Oh no. Backs coming out for Fishnets here, trying to get to defend their base against this Baron push. Pineapple just autoing down this turret, doing so much damage. Joltik looking on to Feudal here in the jungle and able to solo down that Tristana. Didn't quite have jump up to get out of it. And that is now 2 kills. The whole bot lane went down for Forgot to Buy. And that is 5 pushing down this mid lane as they pick up a 3rd kill. 4th kill. I don't know when Dragante went down. Good job to whoever got that one. I did not notice it. That is tier 2 turret down, and now Inhib turret getting forced down as all 5 members are looking like they're trying to end the game. Inhibitor going down. Okay, they're backing out now that respawns are coming through. Okay. This game has so much back and forth. Both of these teams clearly want this win and have been incredibly evenly matched through this both games so far this series. And Stove has quietly gotten himself a 5-0-3 stat line and a 1.5k gold lead. So that 350 gold bounty really does show the gold advantage that Team 4 Fishnets does have in this fight. With Wukong being able to solo down the Tristana, Pizanski also with ult can solo down the Tristana. Max in the top lane getting chased down by Xerath ult and Stove, who is able to get the leap in. Counter-Strike, go ahead and gets the stun and the kill. Stove is now dominating 6-0-3 in this game. Move over Tristana, the real carry is in top lane. And he's wielding a lamppost. Ooh, Pizanski getting a little bit caught out. Unfortunately, kind of got pincered between a Nautilus, Tristana, and a Pantheon. So Forgot to Buy able to get down the tier 2 bot turret. Steal away that bot jungle. A minute until the Kentek Drake spawns. Ooh, be very quiet. They're setting up a trap. Or is it a trap for Nautilus? Getting tons of health chunked away. Stove is getting free fired on by Feudal Pineapple, who is unmolested on the side lane. Joltik finally finding the angle to get onto the Tristana, able to get him down, but at what cost? Ooh. Wukong traded their lives for the Tristana. Probably meaning this Drake will not be contested by the side of Team 4 Fishnets. But Fishnets have supers in the base, so Dragante was forced to TP back. Will not have that TP to join for the Drake spawn. Does that super minion push give the delay that Fishnets needed for their jungler to respawn? Because right now, Fishnets are looking for another pick. Stove getting caught a little bit by a Nivea wall, able to sidestep everything. Poke coming out from Karma. Nice. The Zareth poke is just getting unreasonable at this stage of the game. Love to see all the pink wards coming out on many members of the team. Remember, Vision is a team sport, not just the support's job. Whew. Things are incredibly tense with Karma forced back for Vision. Refill wards and mana. Was getting a little bit low on the Zareth. Was able to land a bunch of good poke. But, ooh, Anivia stun does land on Stove. However, the wall is just a little bit short range. Karma is back, able to clear out the Fairy Circle Vision in the Pixel Bush. This game is 100% on a knife edge. It could go either way. For right now, Fishnets have started the Drake. They are up one Drake. Dragante and Nautilus are on one side, and the rest of the team on the other. However, Fishnet's able to pile 5 people into the half of the team that are on the top side, able to quickly get down 2 kills, and secure the Drake with Syndra ability. Stove able to loop around behind the pit, get the Anivia egg passive down into the kill for Joltik. And that is a 3 for none for Fishnets here. They have 3 Drakes. They are on Soul Point, pushing down this bot lane, able to get that outer turret down very quickly. Do they get the tier 2 as well? Tristan is just backing now. It's only Nautilus to defend. So if they don't get this turret, they will get it very, very low. I would be surprised if they did not get it with the amount of damage Jhin 3 items is doing to this turret. The Tristana showing does cause them to back off. But all but 1 plate taken off of that turret. Big bounties available for Forgot to Buy to pick up, though. 700 gold on Jax. A total of 500 for the bot lane and 250 on Wukong as well. Massive vision score here for Snapper Flapper. I believe that's about 4 vision score per minute. This game could still go either way. Forgot to Buy kind of got separated in the team fight, did not time their pincer mover quite correctly, and Team 4 Fishnets did a wonderful, wonderful job all piling in one direction to make that pincer not work. Okay. Ooh, hook landing onto Karma, forcing the flash out. So that is flash down for the immobile artillery mage of Karma. Or of Zareth, played by Karma. Clearing the jungles. The Baron is up. Both of these teams absolutely terrified to make a mistake, to miss position, to get picked. A single pick could mean the end of the game. It is 35 minutes in. People have 3 items completed, are working, or have completed a 4th. Actually, Jhin just about to complete 5th item. Tristana has completed 5 items. Oh my gosh, this Tristana is scary. As Joltik able to get onto the Nautilus, who ults to try and get himself away. The artillery comes out, though, and Snapper Flapper goes down while trying to get deep vision set up for that Baron. Joltik finding Dragante. Huge amount of burst coming down. Max Plus looks like you're next on the menu. The stun coming out and turning back for Baron. All right, Team 4 Fishnets looking to take the Baron so they can push in. Tristan is in the bot lane, though. Somebody's going to have to answer that, because with her explosive shot and her bomb, she can take a full health turret down to nothing in about 5 seconds. Yep. So there was one cycle of Tristan abilities on a full health turret, getting it down to just a single plate left behind. Or 2 plates? 2 plates. A 5k gold lead at 36 minutes into the game doesn't mean terribly much. Karma getting demolished by Feudal Pineapple. However, Feudal then gets found by Stove. GA comes out, another GA resurrecting, and everybody's into this fight. It is a 5v5. It looks like it's going to be the last fight of the game. Snapper Flapper is there, goes down. Dragante dying to Jax, maybe? Yes. And Max Plus is able to get out of the brawl, but that is now a 3 against 1 with Baron buffed minions pouring into mid lane. They're going to take down this inhibitor. They don't have a turret to counter them, and they're going to go on to the Nexus turrets. Max Plus trying to get a little bit of damage there onto the team. Getting stunned up, however, the pushback from Pizanski into the stun by Stove means that it is a tie series, 1-1, as Team 4 Fishnets takes a game off of Forgot to Buy. Congratulations. Stove did an incredible job that game. Definitely MVP. Also, Joltik, great job. 7, 3, and 13, and we can go and see the recap screen, and the damage numbers Stove put out, huge. And this was not into a massive top lane tank. This wasn't beating into a Scion, an Ornn, or a Mundo. This is Jax leaping on Camille, Pantheon, Tristana, and just demolishing them. Most damage in the game, perfect KDA, 18. Great job out of Stove in the top lane on Jax. And with that, my lovely humans, I am going to take a short break. Hello, everybody. We are back. The teams decided to swap sides again. So let me go ahead and get that taken care of. Wait. No. I did it wrong. And we see very, 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 very familiar bands at this point because they've done pretty much the same bands each time. Nocturne, first pick for Team 4 Fishnets. That definitely is a highly aggressive pick. We will see what Forgot to Buy has to respond to that. Oriana. Okay. I do like that pick because that is a takeaway from a fantastic synergy with Nocturne. Nocturne can be a very good delivery system for that Oriana ball. Also, because he turns out the light, people have a hard time keeping track of the Oriana ball, meaning there's a lot more really good ults. So by taking that on the Forgot to Buy side, it means Nocturne is going to have to be very careful about the all-in with that Oriana against him instead. Yunara coming out as well, so it looks like this is going to be a dual carry comp from Forgot to Buy with the strong AP mid and huge carry potential of Yunara in the ADC role. Team 4 Fishnets respond with Lux and Samira, which could very well be their bot lane, or it could be Lux mid. Lux has a pretty darn easy time into Oriana in the mid lane. They just don't interact, and that's what happens. However, a Lux binding and all-in combo can set up for a Samira all-in, but an Alistar is a wonderful response to Samira. Just takes that all-in potential and says, nope. Headbutts Samira right back out of the fight. Malphite ban. So Forgot to Buy is scared of Stove's rock solid potential on the Malphite play. And the Cassante ban to respond. Huh. Zyra ban from Forgot to Buy. Zyra champion that can be played in several roles. And Team 4 Fishnets, pinching the Max Plus champ pool with the Mordekaiser ban. Lilia coming out for Forgot to Buy. Huh. I think Lilia does quite well into Nocturne, able to easily outmaneuver and run away from the tether on the Fear. But we see a Silas come out for Team 4 Fishnets. So huge, huge, crazy. Oh, and the Garen too. Okay, so Team 4 Fishnets have what I like to call a Goomba Squad comp, where the entire purpose of it is you right-click on the enemy team and everybody goes in. Lex will be in the back, probably trying to get things started with a binding, a slow, able to pretty safely get vision with her E being able to scout things out. And let's see what Forgot to Buy round out their comp with. waiting till the last possible moment to show us what their top laner's going to play, and it is the Renekton. So, huge teamfight potential, very strong early game. I do not remember how the top lane goes between Renekton and Garen. Okay, yes, Samira Lux bot lane is not a super standard combo, but it is one I do love. When my Leona gets banned and my ADC picks Samira, Lux is one of the champions I go to just because she creates so much zone of threat. It allows Samira to farm a little bit more safely. Also, a binding E ult combo onto anybody makes Samira very, very happy because most of their health's gone. She just gets to jump in and pick up the kill and slingshot off to the next target. Also, Lux ult to follow up with some of the Nocturne ult. Add a little bit more damage in burst in case Nocturne is able to find the Yunara, Orianna, or somebody off on a side lane. All right, let's get Schmeckle betting going. Okay. It looks like the teams are ready to go into game. They're going to do the tournament draft, and then we will have the spectator delay. So there is 5 minutes up on this Schmeckle betting. Go ahead and put your Schmeckles down. Both of these teams have won a game, so both of you guys have, or both sides of betting has gotten Schmeckles out of this deal. I want to see everything go down. It is now a best of one. Who do you think is going to win? The Group A representative, Forgot to Buy, or the Group B representative, Team 4 Fishnets? We've seen plenty of cheerleaders for Fishnet in the chat. So let's see if it continues, and you guys put your Schmeckles where your typing has been. Frog Guy putting quite a bit down on Forgot to Buy there. There we go, Sir Bottleby on the side of Fishnet. Oh, and Engineer responding pretty much exactly to the Frog Guy Schmeckle bet, making it an even 50-50 here, going into about 3 minutes left on this betting. What's wrong, Sir Bartleby? Did you not bet on the previous game? Or wait, you had your first chat today, didn't you? Am I losing my mind? Yes, I am. We're good. I was thinking of trudging. Ah, okay. Alright. Ah. True. When in the stream channel, we were kind of going through and deciding which games we would want to cast, trying to get teams who had not been streamed yet. There was a very interesting thing in that 2 of the different levels had only been streamed once. Once was the Owners level, but Owners has the fewest games played, so that's on them. The other was Commercial, only 1 game played. And sorry about that. I played in Commercial this split, so if I'm playing in the game, that means it's definitely or most likely not getting cast. So sorry about that. Oop. Okay, doing the fun spectator delay thing. Ah, you stream some of their games. Nice. We genuinely have such a good community with a lot of these orgs, really supporting their players, getting streaming in, supporting each other. It is so fantastic, and I adore seeing it. So thank you everybody for showing up to the stream. Thank you for chatting. Makes it much more interesting, particularly when I'm on a solo cast. I wonder if Lux will use the new burn keystone. You're welcome for casting. It's something I have found I very much enjoy doing. And I think I've also gotten quite a bit better at it over the past 2 seasons. I'm still fairly new to it. But it's gotten easier to find things to say. Spectator delay is too long. So we have about a minute left on the spectator delay. Both teams have won a game now, and this is a best of 1. Oh, these teams have been putting on an absolute show for us. Plenty of action, so much tension in the movements of these teams and establishing vision. Supports have been huge. Even though they haven't had stand-up numbers and performances like Tristana or Stove on Jack's last game, it's these have really been good games to cast. And again, I wish I had a cat cam because I have my little gadget all in my lap purring away and being adorable. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and get into game for game 3 of the Q1 playoffs for the low budget LCS commercial. Let me go ahead and get... That's about right. Okay, game 3 overdraft comes out, people. The first time of the split. Welcome to the Summoner's Rift indeed. Everybody running out, getting into their lovely normal positions. Okay. Carmen in effect and Dragante poking back and forth. Dragante sidestepping Pizanski's chain thing. I don't know what it's called. Someone in chat, can you please tell me what the grabby chainy thing is on Silas? Because I've never played Silas. Okay. Ooh, Pizanski able to get on top of Dragante, and Dragante does not care much for that. Abduct. Thank you very much, Frog Guy. Stove and Max in that top lane, just doing horrible, violent things to each other as they should do. And it's going to be very interesting in this bot lane to see if Karma is able to poke down the Alistar before Alistar is able to get an all-in. Ignite's coming down from both in the top lane, and barely on practically single-digit health for both. The top laners are able to step away. They have not backed off, though. Stove really wants to get that... Flash in first blood for Stove on Garen. Stove has come to play, people. Game 1 was merely a warm-up. Garen is now 1-0-0 and was able to crash that massive double stack wave into the top turret. Abscond into Abduct. Nice. No 3-camp jungle ganks this game. Both junglers looking to just clear from top to bot for the first time, rather than looking for a potential level 3 gank on the top lane. Both of these junglers tend to be ones that want to clear until they get ult, so I would be surprised to see much of a gank potential. Oh, I spoke too soon. Joltik flashing in on top of Feudal Pineapple. Doesn't want to let that player get ahead again. Tons of damage out. But Dad is there to counter. Everybody's down to such low health. Limping away from that 3v3 in the bot lane. Every single flash popped. Every single bot lane summoner spell has been used. Max has been able to claw back in farm here. Great job on their part. Pizanski gets on top of Orianna, absconds, abducts, and sends her back to the spawn. Great screen for Dragante for another couple seconds, as Pizanski is able to crash that wave into mid. And Orianna does not have TP up, so will not be able to get back in time to scoop up all of those minions. Okay. Let's see. There is a 1k gold lead here with those 2 kills advantage for Team 4 Fishnets. Top lane going pretty much all in. Mass Plus taking a turret shot, and with the ignite from Stove, goes down. 2-0-0 with 100 gold bounty at 5 minutes for Stove in the top lane. Double binding from Karma landing onto Feudal and Pineapple. Alistar able to bump Chaz out from the all-in. Though, is he going to lose his life for the assistance and saving his ADC? Yes, he is. Dad there, however, able to stop the dive and save Feudal Pineapple's life. Beautiful binding from Karma in effect. It was really, really fantastic. So 4-0 here for Team Fishnets. Team 4 Fishnets. Pizanski getting into Dragante and used Orianna's ult against them. Are they even level 6 yet? No. Oriana doesn't even have the ult, and it's being used against Tragedy. So 2-0 for Pizanski in mid, 2-0 for Stove in this top lane, and Chaz has a kill lead over Feudal Pineapple. 5-0 and a 3k gold lead out of the gate here, 6 minutes for Team 4 Fishnets. This is the #1 seed from Group A in Red Team here. So if Team 4 Fishnets is able to take down Forgot to Buy, that would be quite the upset. Oh, Pizanski fighting the Abscond and Abduct, securing Joltek's ult in and picking up a 3rd kill onto this Oriana in mid. Dragante starting to go down in farm just because they're spending so much time in gray screen. Pizanski and Joltek being very oppressive. And Stove just single-handedly doing Stove things, takes a turret shot. Max Plus sees this as their timing. Ults in. Stove responds with ult instead. However, the slash and dash able to get in and take down Stove. So bonus bounty going over to Renekton. Flash in from Snapper Flapper, getting the alley-oop of Karma in effect towards Feudal Pineapple. However, Feudal Pineapple is just able to add auto attacks, but that is enough. Didn't have Flash on the Lux, is up in just a few seconds, and goes down. Chaz able to stay in lane and pick up CS, though. Another Abscond and Abduct onto Dragante. Pizanski getting a few pop shots from Oriana on the way out, but Dragante sitting at just 500 health. Flash in from Pizanski, forced the flash out by Dragante and able to keep alive for the time being, though the turret dive would not be out of the question once this wave crashes. We see Joltik ulting onto the Oriana in mid, forced a flash out from the turret shot, but did secure the 4th kill onto this poor Oriana. Leave Dragante alone. It's their birthday. And Stove solos Max Plus in top lane. Karma pokes Feudal Pineapple. Snapper Flapper forces Chaz Michael away, and this bot lane is going exactly how we expected. Team 4 Fishnets has maintained, or has grown their 1k gold lead into about 1.3. Max Plus doing a wonderful job actually in a CS lead over Stove. Junglers are both farming pretty much even. Pizanski is doing unspeakable things to this poor Oriana, and pretty even in bot lane. Starting to pull the jungler down here. Lilia showing up to help clear vision. Setting up for the potential Drake take. This could just be in response to the grubs going down in top side right now. Both Garen and Nocturne there. However, Pizanski and Karma find Snapper Flapper, able to take him down below half health. And that's going to mean Karma, in effect, on this Lux is able to get some poke. Ulting does not quite get the kill. Smite does secure. But that is now a team fight, a 4v3 for Team 4 Fishnets going in. Dragante gets flashed onto by Chaz Michael, going down. Double kill now for Pizanski, with Dad hiding under turret, able to get away. Okay, so they did secure the Infernal Drake for the side of Forgot to Buy. However, they lost several of their members' lives, so that is now a almost 3k gold lead for Team 4 Fishnets at 11:45 into this game. Max Plus seems to be having a better time in this top lane than Stove at the moment. Does have the completed Eclipse, whereas Garen is still on components. Doesn't quite have a buy yet either. Is down gold because of the CS lead for Max Plus here. Pizanski going in on Dragante. They've gone into Duck, does miss, so Pizanski is able to limp away with just losing half of their health. Now Alistar is getting chased down a little bit, losing a touch of health, but it's Alistar, so he just gets to move himself out of the way and escape. Max Plus getting another turret plate in that top lane. Oh! We do see ults coming down from Max Plus as Ignite comes out. Oh, Stove barely has any health left. Garen is a little bit faster, but is Slice and Dice going to come up? Binding landing on Snapper Flapper, but Dad is in that bot lane. Nightmare coming out from Nocturne. Goes into the top side of the map for Oriana. They are chasing Max down. Stove got away, so A+ running away on Stove's part, and they were able to pick up 2 kills. Dragante, I'm so sorry. Okay, Drowsy coming out from Dad, able to get a huge chunk of damage from Chaz Michael, followed up by Snapper Flapper, and Karma just decides he doesn't want to give the enemy team a double kill and walks away. Sammy, what you have come back to is a 2k gold lead, 8 kill lead, 14-minute game with Team 4 Fishnets very much in the lead. Pizanski is in fact going nuclear. Stove is doing very frustrating things to the enemy team, and also Chaz Michael on Samira here is really scaling up. They are going to be terrifying in these team fights, and Karma is doing incredibly obnoxious Lux things, slowing backs, resetting stuff, and hit a stellar A+ double binding on the enemy bot lane in order to help Chaz Michael get that huge lead. Oh, Feudal Pineapple just outside of range of that binding landing. That one, however, did land as Snapper Flapper headbutts in. Feudal Pineapple getting a couple shots, but not much happening off of that. Vision starting to get set up here from Joltik. Drake spawning in 35 seconds. Top laners doing top laner things. Ooh. Dad here in this bot lane as Feudal Pineapple pops ult, running into the fight. Double knockup coming here from Grand Slam from Alistar, and double kill for Feudal Pineapple. That should mean that this Drake in 2 seconds is going over, but Joltik has something to say about that. Ult's in! Didn't quite realize there was 3 there, tried to just get the Alistar, but Byzantsky knows it's 3 and still goes in as the observer wants this top lane fight as Max Plus takes down Stove in his solo bolo, and the bot lane and jungler has to run away from Byzantsky solo. Okay, so the bot lane for Team 4 Fishnets has respawned. But with all that, the gold lead has pretty much gone away. Ooh, Karma and Effect being found by Dad in the enemy jungle. But Karma does land the binding, and that is a lot of damage coming out. That is a Lux. Dad down to about half health, with the Drake still available to be taken. It is a Cloud Drake, so it is Lilia's favorite Drake in the game. But it's also a fantastic Drake for pretty much everybody on Fishnet's side too. Snapper Flapper going in on the Karma. Chaz Michael taking the opportunity to go into Feudal Pineapple, but Feudal Pineapple has ult back up and just destroys Samira. Stove TP'd into the bot lane, and Snapper Flapper does Alistar thing and just headsbutts them away. So that, oh no, he did not TP in, he walked down. So he does have TP now as Max Plus got the outer top lane turret for the first turret down, and is putting a significant amount of damage into the tier 2 turret as well. Got down 3 plates, but now has turret aggro as Stove comes back to lane. Both top laners have flash available. Okay, Stove decides not to keep chasing and just clears up the minion wave. Going in to stop the back, Max Plus slashes and dashes, gets the small stun, and Stove goes ahead and pops his silence and just spins away. Oh, there are 2 in this top lane for Stove as Stove does an amazing sidestep. Support's doing support vision things, but with 2 being seen on top lane, that is Fishnet's cue to start this Drake. Rift Herald is up to respond, so this will be a trade of objectives. Okay. So Cloud Drake going to the side of Team 4 Fishnets, and Byzantsky is starting to look around for Dad. Ult goes down onto Dad, who gets burst out by the Nocturne, and ooh, Silas. Karma in effect. Karma got ulted by Dragante, and that is a support support Lux, not a mid Lux, and able to get bursted down pretty significantly. That's not terribly much of a turret for Chaz Michael to hide under. Yunara able to clear that way real fast. Byzantsky forcing the flash out of Dragante in mid. Okay. Byzantsky, there's a blue buff up. Okay, so now Renekton is answering the... Ooh! Feudal Pineapple hides just out of vision range, able to get the slow and leap in with ult onto Karma in effect, who is just a little Lux, and pops rather quickly and easily. Unfortunately, Chaz able to get chased down as well. Pizanski's getting all inned by the ulted Renekton in that mid lane, being forced back. And is this the mid turret going down? Not quite, just one minion to keep him safe. Oriana's doing a lot of damage with that Renekton. Nocturnal coming in over the top, picking up the Renekton kill. Silence on Oriana into the fear, or the fear into the silence on Oriana means that Dragante is picked up again. 0-7-0 on Dragante, which is not really a reflection on the play. This is just an incredibly aggressive matchup with the Nocturne Silas, and Team 4 Fishnets have been playing it very, very well. Oh. No, nobody did pick up Herald. Okay. Alright, we see an ult on Feudal Pineapple and the wave for Lux. Ooh. Gets headbutted away. Or maybe it was Pop top lane and that's how Renekton got top turret when... No, Renekton had already killed the tier 1 turret. Huh. Alright, Pizanski hunting down Dragante again. I wonder where Dragante is able to go to get some farm and a safer matchup. A little bit of a lull in the action is top laners trade damage back and forth. Ult coming out of Renekton here. Neither top laner has Ignite, but Joltik does have ult. Nocturne flying in to turn that battle in the favor of Team 4 Fishnets, who again have about a 1k gold lead. They are even on Drakes. Next one spawning in 50 seconds. Baron is up. $30 seconds on Hextech Gate and Hextech Drake. That means the Hextech Gates have come up and are available for the teams to take. Everybody will come out of base a little bit faster than you would expect. We see a TP coming out of Oriana into this mid lane as Snapper, Flapper, and Pineapple go into Team 4 Fishnets, getting half of Karma and Effect's health down on this Lux. But Stove is in the middle of the team, spinning to winning, and with Pizanski joining, Dragante goes down for the 8th time, but Feudal Pineapple is untouched and able to ult and just stream so much damage over the entire team. Oh! Dad having a great bowling ball on the Lilia, able to pick up the 4th kill onto Carmen Effect, onto that Lux. And with that Drake secure, that is now an 1.5k gold lead for the side of Forgot to Buy. Through all of these games, Max Plus has done a really wonderful job farming, so I'm going to call them out for doing a great job with that. Pizanski as well, highest farm in the game at 232. Or second highest, excuse me. Feudal Pineapple actually does have 243 right now. About 9 CS per minute on that Yunara. Also 8-1 and 3. So Feudal Pineapple, just as in last game, is terrifying. Huh. Neither of these teams have any blue trinkets yet. That's interesting. Normally at 26 minutes, there would be a couple of blue trinkets going out. I guess since both these teams have kind of been moving together, they were able to get their supports out to use their support wards. Ult comes out of Nocturne onto this poor Orianna in mid. Lux ult coming down on top, but that is Dad there. Turns and just says, I will go ahead and damage you. Max, however, comes to the fight, able to easily take down Joltik on Nocturne. Pizanski doesn't quite like that matchup, goes down along with Chaz Michael. Max plus on this Renekton, terrifying. Oh no, it wasn't Dragante. It was Feudal Pineapple that got taken down by the Nocturne. So great job picking out that shutdown. And Bounty getting the Yunara kill. Forgot to Pie looking at trying to do this Herald, or this Baron. It is down to just 2,000 health. Just a Stove is in there. Dad able to secure with Smite. Drowsy coming down on Stove, who Snapper Flapper intersects. Though I don't think you want that Crown Guard Snapper Flapper. Yunar able to pick up Stove. Okay, so that is Baron for the side of Forgot to Buy. 4K gold lead, but Joltik has ult up again and presses the button to find the kill onto Dad. Caught out on that blue trinket ward because Chaz Michael apparently heard me and picked up a blue trinket, as well as Feudal Pineapple. So that is still a 4K gold lead for the side of Forgot to Buy. 3 of that is actually on the top lane. Max Plus is terrifying. And whoa, that is a 6K gold lead on Feudal Pineapple over Samira. But Pizanski just putting on a clinic in this mid game, this mid lane this game, with a 2K on Joltik as well. Okay. We're getting towards later game now. Builds are really coming together, 3-4 items. And both teams are at the point where if some picks are made and if a team fight is won, a lot of damage will happen to the bases. All outer turrets are down. Stove getting chased down by 3, but his team is quite close. Nightmare being procced, turning the lights out from Joltik. The whole team is grouped up in a tight formation, though, so doesn't really have the ability to go in. Just carefully staying back. Trying to keep healthy. Pizanski doing a little bit of a flank maneuver. Stove on the other side. Forgot to Buy going all in on Stove on the jungle side of the map. Stove just barely surviving. Nope. Went down to the Ignite coming out of Alistar, as well as Chaz Michael. Feudal Pineapple flashing in with ult going on to Joltik, who goes into the Resurrect from GA. Ooh. a little bit early on the Orianna ult, but that is still quite the team fight win coming out for Forgot to Buy, even on kills ahead on gold, and Snapper Flapper on the side dying to Karma and Pizanski. But it did keep Pizanski out of that Drake pit, and that puts Forgot to Buy on Drake point. On Soul Point. All right, so 1 kill lead for Team 4 Fishnets. Forgot to Buy does have a 6k gold lead at this point. 3k of that is in the top, and then the rest of it is on the ADC. Feudal Pineapple is almost full build, so Yunara won't get that much stronger. And it's not like Yunara has an enchanter to keep them going. So Chaz Michael will get a chance to do a little bit more in this game. Nocturnal comes out as Yunara is seen in the mid lane. Lux ult to follow on the damage. Gets feared for just about ever, and barely gets away with almost no health. Max Plus TPing in, and it is a rout on the side of Team 4 Fishnets, with 3 of them going down in rapid succession. Karma and Effect having to run for their lives as 4 members barrel down this mid lane. Hextech Flash being threatened with a Headbelt Pulverize combo onto Stove. Does he get away? They're chasing him. Dad on Lilia is able to tippity-tap his way into a staff blow to take down Stove. So it's just up to Karma to defend against this onslaught in the mid lane. Uses ult to try and clear out the minion wave, but Chaz Michael respawns and is now there to help. Both Nexus turrets go down as they are focusing down the Nexus, and that is the first seed from Commercial A 2-1 victory over Team 4 Fishnets. Forgot to Buy. Congratulations, Forgot to Buy. And if any of you would like to send somebody up into community for an interview, that would be great. That's the wrong screen. Let's look at that damage. Max Plus very much putting the team on their back that game. Outstanding play from Match in that third game. Congratulations. On his birthday, yes! Dragante just got to sit in Renekton's backpack there. Great job. Congratulations to the birthday boy advancing to round 2 in the commercial finals. And I don't see anybody in community yet. So let me see if I can add them. Interview. There we go. Also, I should probably get some music going. That'd be lovely. Okay. Alright, I'll give him a few seconds left. It doesn't look like any of them have stuck around in the team chat. So with that, I think I am going to go ahead and call it. Congratulations to Forgot to Buy. Congratulations to Dragonte's birthday boy on making it past round 1 of playoffs. And also, thank you so much to Team 4 Fishnets. You put on such a good show. Those were such fantastic games to watch, and definitely made Forgot to Buy sweat. It was amazing. Take Feudal. Oh, Feudal's there. We do have someone. Hello, Feudal,
Hello.
and welcome.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Relieved. Feeling a lot better now. We
Okay.
finally closed it out. Yeah, feeling better.
So, Fishnets made you sweat a little bit?
A little bit. Look, I'm not gonna give too many kudos. You know, we've been busy boys in the FTB crew, but honestly, just glad we pulled through.
Awesome. And how did you think of your birthday boys play?
Hey, it's his birthday. I
Yep.
love my boy. Look, better first two games. Okay, we're not gonna look at the third game. We look at the positives.
That third game, I'm just gonna put down to he early picked Oriana, and what the heck is an Oriana gonna do against a Silas Nocturne
Yeah.
who just kills you on cooldown? Like,
Yeah, dude, we looked
uh,
at it and we were like, oh, we can't give them Nocturne Ori. We have to take that away. And then dude, there were so many hiccups during draft where I was just like, oh, we shouldn't have let Silas through. Oh no. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm pretty happy with the performance. My boy Snapper Flapper pulling out the Alistar out of nowhere, finally getting a new character in his pool. That was insane to see.
Nice. It was so good against the Samira as well.
Mhm.
The early Samira really looked like she was gonna take over, but then a single headbutt. Oh, and
Just insane.
Dad was able to really spend some time in that bot lane and get you ahead. You
Oh,
did scary,
dude, I
scary
love
things.
it. Dude, Dad always just brings me a nice cup of water every game. That's my goat.
Awesome. Where Max
Yeah.
Plus is left up there on their own devices to deal the most damage in the game.
He can handle it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know Max Flood. That's
Clearly.
my boy. He holds it down every single time. Every time, without fail. Funny enough, during warm-ups today, I actually ran into Chaz Michaels in an arena game on Samira, and I was like, I got intel. I got
That
intel,
is
boys. I got it
amazing.
early. We looked at it while we were in load screen, and we were like, wait a second. Wait a second, is that him?
All right, so the other side, the other B2 and A3 is the NG Wavies in Motion versus Team Amphibians game coming up. Who are you
Ooh.
going to be rooting for because you want to face them in the semifinals?
I want the run back. Let me get amphibians.
All right.
I'm a little mad they kind of tarnished the perfect run we could have had leading up to this. So ultimately, still secured first seed. Pretty happy about it. But I mean, I think my team feels the same way. Where I'd really like to see a run back against Team Amphibians.
All right, so you'll be rooting for Team Amphibians in the quarterfinals later this week.
Hmm.
And anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, thanks for putting everything on. This has been a really fun league experience for the boys. I mean, traditionally, we've just kind of like logged on to Ranked Flex, got mad at the game, kind of walked away from it for a week at a time, and then came back to it. So having this as an opportunity has been a lot of fun to like actually play League in a different experience rather than just like the ranked ladder. So
And
no,
apparently,
that's
there has been a request to tell them about the Smolder ban.
oh, the smolder ban. Oh, yeah. No, the smolder ban was actually by accident. Now, okay, yeah, no, I remember getting upset now. The smolder ban was a misclick. It was supposed to be Silas.
But Smolder got banned all 3 games.
Yeah, Max Plus accidentally misclicked Smolder during draft, and that's why Silas made it through. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
And
hey,
Silas
look,
was nearly your undoing.
almost. I'm beyond. If there's one character on the enemy team that needs to be locked down, we are aware of it. Okay, we are yelling at each other the entire time of get this dude. So look, even if Silas kind of gave it to my birthday boy, I think we did well enough where we can just hold our ground. So it
Yes, you did.
a
And
little accident, but we pulled through.
the birthday boy still put out pretty darn good damage numbers in the end there.
Oh yeah,
So,
100%.
congratulations to you guys. And on that, I'm going to go ahead and ask you for your favorite saying, and we'll take it out on that.
Oh, you can't do that to me. Oh, I'm not a thinker, dude.